Welcome to the breakdown recorded June 2nd, 2020. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world right now that you may not have heard about. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and let us know. I'll love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you find out about something new you didn't know about. Now, this is my final video here in the back porch. Movers are coming tomorrow. Things are packed up. House looks like a disaster right now as we get ready for the move. So I'm going to have a couple other videos this week. I'll be back starting next week with a more regular schedule for the breakdowns as we continue to grow this, try out new things here. And I really appreciate all the feedback, all the positive support. I want to say thank you. I'm very excited for the future. Once we can settle into the new house, get the new studio all up and running, will allow me to produce a lot more content and hopefully better quality. Until then, enjoy one last view of the beautiful backyard with the birds singing, and hang in there because we'll be back in a regular studio very soon. All right, let's start off with Amazon buying Kohl's. Now, Penney was reportedly in talks with Amazon to either sell all or part of its company. They're currently in bankruptcy, but it turns out that Amazon has been looking to maybe buy a clothing retailer for longer than that. So Amazon's long wanted to expand their position in clothing and in retail and in storefronts, apparently, according to some analysts who claim to have inside information. Always take that with a little bit of a grain of salt because sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. Sometimes Amazon may really be thinking about it and then change their mind at the last minute. But Amazon's reportedly looking at either buying Kohl's. They have a long-standing partnership there with their drop-off program where you can get your returns dropped off at Kohl's. Or now with the bankruptcy, it looks like Amazon may be looking at JCPenney as an option to jump in there, maybe get a better deal. Some of this is a lot about clothing, but some of this could also be about location. Turning these stores into maybe partially fulfillment centers, local delivery hubs or pickup hubs for Amazon products. Now imagine, they've been pushing hard to get next day delivery. Imagine just walking into your local Kohl's or JCPenney's and buying or picking up an order you bought online for a whole host of different items, similar to the Amazon Now program. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Amazon has long been looking at buying up malls because they're often perfectly placed. They're often right off of retail. They're in major cities. These dead malls, a lot of square footage can easily be converted into Amazon fulfillment centers. Now Amazon's saying, well, maybe we can also expand our clothing line. Something Amazon's been working really hard to do, but it's very difficult to break into the clothing industry because a lot of these stores have big relationships with the designers and the manufacturers that give them first dibs, pushing out places like Amazon who may want to jump in there and have their own deal was created to sell you those jeans or those shirts and more. So keep an eye on it. Let me know, what do you think of Amazon buying either Kohl's or JCPenney? It seems like they're seriously looking at one or the other to expand not only their clothing line, but their retail. All right, have you ever had a pizza delivery that you haven't asked for? What happens if it's been going on for 9 years? Well, according to a report out of the UK, a local man has been receiving sometimes upwards of 14 pizzas at a time delivered to his home for the last 9 years. Now, you may think that's a funny joke, how he's going to get a bunch of free pizzas. Reality is the local pizza shops are the ones getting stuck with it because he's refusing delivery. And he is out there kind of getting frustrated with it. It's kind of one of those old jokes. Back when I was in high school, you order a bunch of pizzas for somebody, have them delivered to their house. Nowadays, those have become less and less common as caller ID and different methods have been able to be used to backtrack. If you place an order for 14 pizzas to be sent to somebody, they can backtrack you and find out who you are a lot easier than they could in the early 90s, 80s, and more. So let me know, what do you think? Would you accept If pizzas kept coming, would you accept them? What happens if you had to pay for them instead? I think that's the big thing there. I'm sure if they were free, he may have a different viewpoint on this, but with having to pay for them, he's kind of like, nah, never mind, not worth it for me. All right, do you have a lucky set of numbers? I know a lot of people who play the lottery have a set of numbers they always play over and over and over again. Well, for one lucky lottery player, it has finally paid off. An Australian man won the jackpot of more than $300,000 after playing the same set of numbers for nearly 40 years. The Rock Hamilton, Queensland man, I hope I pronounced that right. I apologize. I know I'm historically bad at pronouncing names. But Rock Hamilton, it's Rock and Hamilton. So I'm assuming that's how you say it. Told the officials that he purchased the ticket for the May 30th Saturday Gold Lotto drawing using the same numbers he's used for nearly 40 years. So leave me a comment. Let me know. Do you play a regular set of numbers? Have you ever had luck with those regular set of numbers? And let me know. All right. Have you ever had trouble selling your home? Well, apparently a real estate agent who posted one of their listings to Zillow is using Bigfoot to try to sell their home. The house is seen with Bigfoot living in it, baking cookies, enjoying his life throughout the house, putting his home up for sale in an attempt to sell their home. Now, I used to be a realtor. Tell you, I've done a lot of creative things, put a lot of effort into, getting a home the best it can be, from going to the house sometimes myself and cleaning it and doing different things on vacant properties. But I don't think I've ever hired an actor to get in a Bigfoot suit for the photos. So this could be interesting. Now, this happened in Felton, California, and it was apparently a way to try to make the house stand up. Sometimes viral marketing is what you need. Sometimes just getting your house noticed can be a big one. I remember when the market collapsed and the number of homes listed in late 2000s jumped severely. It went from having maybe 3 or 4 homes per buyer to 10 to 20 homes per buyer at the worst of it. And when you're in that kind of situation, doing anything you can to get your home noticed is very helpful. So let me know, would you buy a home where Bigfoot lived? All right, next up story. Have you ever had a cat go missing? Well, that happened to an Australian woman whose cat stowed away on a 700-mile cross-country trip in the back of a moving van after the neighbors moved across the country, 700 miles in the back of a moving truck. Once they got to the new home, the truck opened up, the cat hopped out. The neighbors realized, oh, that's the neighbor cat, and made arrangements for the cat to return. But I always wonder, have you ever had an animal, a dog or cat, go great distance and get back? So we have fortunately never lost a pet that way. I know I've had neighbors who have, or just had pet loss. I don't know if they've ever gotten in the back of a packing truck, but that's definitely got to be a scary, bad feeling. I'm sure they were very relieved to find out that the cat was returned home. And it was funny here is the owner of the cat said, I was wondering if she got into the truck because she gets into cars if someone's parked out front and left their windows down. So apparently this cat, I don't know, maybe she's trying to get away. Maybe she doesn't like where she is and trying to jump ship. But apparently this cat has a history of taking off and trying to escape in different vehicles. And the owners were wondering when the cat went missing if maybe that moving truck was the reason. All right, if you're looking for a great free deal, right now 7-Eleven is giving away 7 free drinks for any size coffee or fountain drink. Now, details in the link down below, but if you are looking for free drinks, check that out down there. Now, I hope everybody had a fantastic day. I am getting ready for a cross-country move. My thoughts and prayers goes out to everybody for healing and comfort, and that we as a country will come together and be healed from all this. Sometimes when you really think about all the things happening in the world, you really are kind of at a loss for words, and that's definitely one of the things I feel myself right now. But what I can say is my prayers go out that healing and from all sides, and that the concerns and issues will be addressed. So sometimes I really wish I could put my thoughts better into words better. Sometimes I feel very much at a loss of words, and that is definitely what's been happening here, a lot with what's happening in the United States. So my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody. I hope you're being safe out there. I hope everybody is being careful. And I hope everybody is hopefully paying attention to what's happening as a learning experience. So my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody. I will be a little dark the rest of this week. I'll be on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to me over on Twitter. Link in the show notes down below. But I will definitely be keeping an eye on the world. I'll be definitely probably tweeting out some stories there. I have a review video coming up later this week. And then next week I'm back to a regular schedule. And I'm so excited to be done with the move. You know, nothing is like moving. As a military family with my wife doing nearly 20 years now, constantly moving is not fun. So I'm very excited that hopefully, at least for a while, this will be our last move. So I hope you all take care. I hope you're all safe. Thanks for your support. I'll be right back soon. Hopefully maybe with some better ability to put my thoughts into words on some issues. Take care, everybody.